This Chicago Bears rookie finally had his breakout game. So let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Style back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, guys. We are on the road to 30K subs. So I would really appreciate it if you guys help me get there by liking the video, by commenting down below, and of course, subscribing to the channel. Real quick, before we do get started, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor for today's video, ProfitX. ProfitX is America's #1 sports prediction market where users play against each other instead of the books. And because of that, guys, you will almost always get the best price on any total spreads, money lines, and player props playing on the site. And right now, if you use my promo code FST, you can claim up to $200 in profit cash on your first 30 days playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply, guys. Win real money predicting sports. All right, so here we go. This Bears rookie finally had his breakout game. We're not talking about Luther Burden. We're not talking about Colson Loveland. We're talking about Kyle Monangai, although I would say Luther Burden already did have one good game. We're talking about Kyle Monangai. Kyle Monangai against the Saints finished with 13 carries for 81 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdowns, 2 catches for 13 yards for a crisp 6.2 yards per carry. And I want to give all the flowers in the world to Kyle Monangai because, man, oh man, we're talking about a 7th-round rookie. You don't really have any expectations for 7th-round rookies. You essentially don't even expect them to make the roster, let alone contribute in a meaningful way. And yes, of course, DeAndre Swift was awesome, and he was awesome last week as well, and the run game has looked excellent. But I've talked about Swift, and I've given Swift all the credit in the world, so I know some comments were talking about, hey, Faiz, you haven't given DeAndre Swift credit when you've been sort of quote-unquote bashing him all season long. I gave Swifty my flowers. I have not said one negative thing about Swifty the last 2 games. He has shut me up. I am happy about it. He has been playing excellent ball. Let's hope it continues. But I want to talk about Kyle Monangai because, to me, it is so important that we had somebody else in this run game contribute besides DeAndre Swift, because you really need for a run game to, be sustainable, more than one guy kind of be, leading that charge there. And Manengai today was excellent. And I saw this on Twitter, the other day, and I thought this was kind of funny. Like, do the Bears have their own, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery light, if you will, with Swifty and with Manengai? Obviously, we're way, too behind to talk about that right now. It's way too early. But yeah, with Manengai, what I loved about the kid, man, is that I feel like Ben Johnson finally gave him his chance, and Ben Johnson was rewarded. All right, the kid rewarded Ben Johnson. 13 carries, a career high. 81 rushing yards, a career high. Gets into the end zone for the first time. And he was running the football really well. Obviously, kudos in the world to the offensive line for run blocking really well. But Manengai brings another element to this offense that Swift doesn't, which is the north-south run game. All right? He is a good downhill runner. He's compact. He's small. But it makes it hard to bring him down because he's got a low center of gravity, and he's able to kind of truck guys along the way. So I love that about the kid. I love the fact that, he looked really solid against the Saints. And the Saints' run defense is not a joke, by the way. They are a solid run defense. Go check the numbers, okay? So that made it even more impressive. And here's the thing, you want to have this sort of two-headed monster, if you will, moving on into the season with Swifty and with Kyle Monangai. Swift is absolutely our lead back. I'm not saying he's not, but Monangai can really emerge as that great option with just the downhill running, right? DeAndre Swift, great with the outside zones. In space, he's awesome. Obviously, an excellent pass catcher. But Kyle Monangai brings that different element that I really, really love. So to me, this was really good to see. And is there a world, right? Is there a world where he becomes our sort of, Isaiah Pacheco or even a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, a 7th-round rookie for the Commanders, who's been their lead back now? Yeah, maybe down the line, obviously not this season. But, the potential is there for this kid, right? I'm not saying that, he's a guy that you can hand the ball off to 20 times and, be comfortable with that. But I just want him to keep building on to this, right? I talked about the opportunity, like the past couple of games, it's been 7 carries, 6 carries, 4 carries, 5 carries. But what I think Ben Johnson did today by giving him the opportunity is let him get a rhythm, establish a sort of a rhythm here. And that's exactly what he was able to do. And you saw him. Once he got a rhythm, the legs got churning and he was able to get downhill. So again, not saying this is Gibbs Montgomery, but you get sort of two different skill sets here with Swift and with Kyle Monangai. So I hope it continues. I want Ben Johnson to lean on the run game as long as he can, honestly, because as long as the run game is effective, why go away from it, right? Why go away from that? Because we know how important the run game is for Ben Johnson from his days in Detroit. And so I want Ben Johnson to not next week, go back to giving Kyle Monangai like 4 carries. Obviously, if the game plan calls for a more pass-heavy approach and, the run game isn't working, that's different. But if it's working, feed the kid, all right? Because I do think he's got potential here. And, that's really what it comes down to. So I love that he was able to contribute. And again, 7th-round rookie, guys. 7th-round rookies usually don't do this. They just don't. And that's the good part about it. By the way, shout out to Roschon Johnson. Got another carry today. Ben Johnson used him on a short yardage situation, which is what he's excellent at. So, hey, run game's finally working. We got the 3 guys here. I'm not going to count Roschon Johnson really because he's got only 1 carry in each of the last 2 games. But Manengai is the second back in this team. He is RB number 2. Make no mistake about it. I hope he is able to use this game, his momentum to carry into future games, and that Ben Johnson continues to give him the opportunities, because I do feel like he has earned that based off of what we saw from this game. So let me know what you guys think about that, man. Kyle Monangai having his breakout game for the Bears. This is really good news for the run game, and I hope it continues. So I want to hear from you guys. Sound off in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching.